What is up, you guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing a video about all of my tattoos that I have so far. I've really been kind of sort of regretting to do this one because of one of the tattoos was damaged because I got into an accident last year in November, and it kind of like really upset me because I know everybody's going to say, well, you know, nothing's perfect and everything else, and scars, you know, tell a story. Well, this scar I regret ever getting and I regret ever having, and you know, it was just really rocky. But anyway, if you guys want to know any story about my scar that you'll see, just comment below that if you want to hear the story about it, and I'll tell you. But I've got several, so let's get into this. The first one that I ever got was when I was 18. If you can see it, it has 3 birds and it says "Believe" on it. And I got that with my best friend that I grew up with since we were in diapers. She kind of said, you know, out of the blue, let's go get 2 matching tattoos. And I'm like, oh, okay. So she has one on her hip that says Faith, and she didn't have the gumption to get her bird shaded in, but I did. That one did not hurt as bad. I mean, all I felt was the vibration and pressure. I didn't feel like the dragging of the needle or anything like that. And I kind of like that one. I need to get it touched up because it looks more blue than it does black. So if you guys want to know if it was blue or not, it's not. The next one that I got that I really do admire is a portrait of my grandmother when she was in high school. She passed away when I was 16 years old of Parkinson's disease, and after she passed, I couldn't really express my emotions to anybody because they basically said, you know, it's your turn to take care of Grandpa and stuff, because they adopted me and my family didn't want him to be depressed or anything, because, you know, story goes that, you know, died of a broken heart. Sometimes people literally do die of a broken heart. So they wanted me to basically take care of him, you know, wear the pants and stuff like that. So, but anyway, this is the one that took about 2 hours. And then under it says, "What will this child be?" I know it's kind of hard to read, but that's her when she was in high school. And that one, it did take about 2 hours. It didn't hurt as bad. I know my adrenaline started kicking in, but I felt like it was more of a release of all my emotions that I kept bottled up for so many years, that it was time for me just to release it and stuff like that. So the next ones that you guys have probably already seen are these 6 birds right here. And I didn't have a story behind those, like, you know, every tattoo that you get is a meaning. Well, those at first didn't have one until 6 people in my family passed away, and I kind of like, well, I'll just keep them like that. So 6 people in my family passed away, 6 individual, all 6 birds resemble each member. So I got those, and then this one is a cross that if you see 6 birds and then they're flying towards the cross. I always thought that was really cool to have because, you know, it kind of resembled, you know, they're going up to heaven and stuff, and we'll see them again and everything like that. And the cross, it hurt just right here. I've actually gotten it touched up twice, and it slowly faded, but you can actually see it. But this part will never stay like this one over here because of where it is. The palm, that one hurt to about a 7 because it felt like someone was literally pinching me, and it hurt so bad I couldn't describe the pain, but it really hurt. And then the next one I got were, let me move my hair, were these, a treble clef. These didn't hurt as bad. I got them because my family is like, I want to say in the music business because they were back in the day, but I don't want to say that now because, you know, people say music business, oh, everybody can get a record deal. Oh, you have so much money. No, I don't. One. Number two, it was like in the 60s and 70s. So there's no money or anything. All the money that they earned is long gone. Excuse me. And then the next one, I got that I warned you guys about my tattoo being ruined in some way. Actually, it's two of them. So if I can try to show you here. So this one right here was an anchor with roses on it that says, I refuse to sink. And then that one was, I was going through a hard time in my life, and I thought that it'd keep me grounded and stuff like that. It didn't hurt as bad. It kind of hurt because I had to move my arm. This arm couldn't move as much as this one can, because this one can do this and this one can barely like turn. Now it's worse now because of my surgery, but yeah, it didn't hurt as bad. I got that one with my fiance when he got a tribal deer on his arm. That was his first tattoo that he ever got, which I'm happy to say that he's now not a virgin of ink. But the next one, if you guys can see, that I refuse to touch my scar, and don't ask me why, it's just I refuse to touch it. But where it's messed up, that used to be a cross. So it would be he came, he had died, he died, he arose, he ascended, he's coming back. And I've loved that tattoo on everybody since I was like 15. I always loved the meaning behind it, and I always thought, well, if I get it, I won't be able to remember to tell everybody like what it means and stuff like that. But as I've said it so many times, I've kind of remembered. But that one did not hurt at all. It was more of a just more like vibrations. It didn't hurt. I'll give it about a 2. But it didn't hurt at all. So that one I always liked because it kept me grounded of my beliefs of being a Christian, and I always would look at that and say he is coming back. And I know that, you know, maybe some of you guys aren't religious, but these are my beliefs and it's my opinion. So the next one that I got is of my grandmother's handwriting. If you guys can read it, it says, "Love you lots, Grandma." And I've always wanted a tattoo of my grandmother's handwriting because I always felt like that's the last thing that she would write to me before she got sick. And it really tore me up because I went to nursing school to take care of her, and when she passed away, I didn't really want to do it anymore. And so I always thought that, you know, getting a tattoo of something that she wrote to me, I felt like she was always going to be there, not, you know, physically in this world, but spiritually. So I always thought that was always nice to have. Showed my mom that, and she's like, "Wow, that's amazing." And she almost cried because, you know, she misses her mom, and I do too. I miss her with my heart, with all my heart. So the next one and final one that I'm going to show you, it is a cover up. I may cover it up again because my fiance kind of tattooed his initials on me, and it wasn't when he was drunk. It wasn't when I was drunk. We just he had a tattoo kit, and I'm like, well, yeah, go ahead. And if anybody knows what I'm not sure how to say it, but some people say he hamburger meat me or he ground beefed me. Basically, he dragged the needle so hard that it made it look like it looked really bad because it was so red. And I never reject any ink, but I thought that I was going to get rejected. This one was going to be rejected, but it wasn't. So I did do a cover up. I'm not finished with it. I don't think I will be. I'll probably have to cover it up again, but it was kind of like a scratch off what Brienne Barbie here on YouTube says. It's kind of like a scratch tattoo. So this one is of an anchor with a bird on it, and it's from here to the top of my collarbone to all the way down to my chest. And I kind of like it, but I really don't like how it looks. That one, I will say, was a 10. It hurt so bad. I don't think I could have lasted any longer than I did, because it was horrible. I wanted to do a rose, but then I'm like, I don't know. But I wanted to get it finished, but I don't think I will. I'll probably just get something, probably a flower, and then go all the way up to my shoulder. But it hurt. I mean, the boobs are the most sensitive place on a woman. People say the neck, and people say your foot. Yes, the foot, it does hurt. But the chest, it hurt even worse. And I can't express that enough. That's all the tattoos that I have. If you guys have any questions, or if you want me to tell a story, I'm kind of debating on what other videos to do, because I'm running out of ideas. So if you guys wouldn't mind us to shoot me some ideas, it'd be lovely. Don't forget to comment and subscribe, and I hope you guys like this video. I'll see you later. Bye.